This video will show a demonstration of using the ByteStomp Secure Erasure software. This is the main screen for ByteStomp. It's broken up into three areas. To the left we have the operations steps, which is a breadcrumb trail of the operations being performed. In the middle we have the main menu with the options of destroying data, generating certificates, or installing updates to the software. The bottom we have the power button. Clicking on it will allow you to turn the software off. In this instance we won't. We have the remaining licenses or activations, and to the bottom right we have the version number and whether it's running in 64-bit or 32-bit mode. Today we're going to destroy data, so we click on that. These are the terms, and notice that we put a red message at the bottom saying if you proceed, all selected devices, the data is going to be destroyed. It's not recoverable. So we agree to those and click next. It's going to go out now and we're going to find all the storage media connected. In this case we found a hard drive, 111 gigabytes. You see the serial number of the drive and OVR in brackets. OVR stands for overwrite. So here is what the software supports. It supports security erase, enhanced security erase, the sanitize block, crypto, and overwrite commands. The format unit command for SCSI. Overwrite is always supported. That's overwriting zeros. And then security frozen is when the drive or the BIOS supports security freeze lock. So in this instance our drive supports overwrite, so we're going to click next. This screen allows you to select or create a job. You can append erasures to a job. You can reset the job, which clears all the previous erasures, and you can delete a job. The default job is blank. We're going to create a new one. The new job name we're going to type in is Andrew Company. Now we're going to put in the information for the person that's doing the erasure. I'm going to fill this out. This information will be stored as part of this job. We're also going to put in the customer information. So our customer is Sue. The company is Andrew. We're going to put the address in. And then it also allows us to put any notes in down below. So if we have any specific notes about this customer, for instance, they want us to do certain erasures or call certain numbers, we can do that here. Then we're going to click on Create. Now we've just created that job. Now we can go back to the default job here, and again you can see it's blank, but this Andrew Company will always stay there and we can always bring it back. Now we're going to click Next. This is the erasure method. You notice in the software we give you two methods, the main method and the fallback method. It always defaults to NIST Purge, which uses the firmware erasure, and NIST Clear. You see we have DoD 3-pass. We have Andrew is one that is stored in here from a previous session. We can create our own custom one. So here we're going to name the custom one. We're going to call it John. And we're going to pick what we want to do, any firmware erasure for the first pass, secure erase for the second pass, and then a custom one where we can put in whatever we want here, 3s, 2s, A's, F's. Here we're going to save it as 1. So we've just saved John. Now we'll go down, we'll see that John is saved. So we can select it. We can change the top one to Andrew. We can also set this as our default, so perhaps Andrew Company uses this as their default. We're going to go back though and load the original default, which is Purge and Clear as the fallback. So here we go. We've clicked Next, and this tells us the information that we're looking for here is what kind of pass, what our fallback method is, and what device is. Then we just simply click Go. So notice on the screen that our fallback, it's using the fallback method. That's what yellow means, and that's what it's telling us. So we're using the overwrite method here, which was the fallback method. And then it tells you the percentage of complete. The nice thing about our software, let me plug a thumb drive in, we can hit rescan, and now I just found the thumb drive that I had plugged in. We can select that and hit Start Selected. This is what we call hot swap. So you can actually erase multiple devices without interrupting the devices that are currently being erased. So notice that our hard drive stayed at 5% or continued to erase, and our flash disk now is going. We could add as many devices as the computer can hold. Now we're going to fast forward 11 minutes to the completion part of the erasure. You can see that our hard drive passed and 100% complete, and that our flash disk is at 99% complete. The hard drive that we plugged in was eSATA, which is faster. Here it tells us that everything's done. Do you want to continue to the certificate page, or do you want to stay here and erase more drives? We're going to continue to the certificate page. The first thing that we see here is the session overview, which tells us our methods that we used, what we erased, if they passed or failed. We can save this. And we can click on the certificates. We can see that we have a certificate of compliance. Again, we have the customer information, the provider information, the system information, and then whether we passed or failed. I'm sorry, here's the only pass. We're going to save this. We can save it as any of these types: text, CSV, XML, HTML, or all of them. Simply pick what you want to save them to and select the Save button. If a device fails, you click on Failure Report. It will show you the devices. It'll show you what failed, and again, we can save this. But that's it. We're done with our erasure. You can visit us at www.bytestomp.com, where you can buy more erasure licenses or buy the software.